There's so much power in that moment. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. This is Doug. I am going to tell my story in this one, so if you want to get to know exactly what it is I'm up to, because it can be a little choppy, listen up, hang in there, let's do this. For those of you who are just discovering this channel for the first time, my name is Doug. I've been building out this 14-foot box truck. And now I'm doing this box truck full DIY. I'm not a builder. I'm just a guy with some tools and the power of YouTube that's been trying to figure this stuff out with a desire to make sure that it does not look like a manufactured Winnebago, all plasticky and generic. I wanted warm wood, imperfect, homey log cabin built out in the middle of nowhere kind of feel to it. So that's what I've been after with this thing. So what I wanted to do on this one is I really just wanted to kind of tell my story and explain where I'm at with everything. So really what this is about for me is, I'm a typical US style, chase the American dream, brought up like everyone else in the public school system. I got to a point where I owned the business. I had a big house with a pool. I had my kids half the time, which for a dad is good. And I got everything I was supposed to get. And I just found myself not happy. So I've been kind of on this quest to find what freedom feels like, or what freedom is to me. And that's led me down the van life rabbit hole, so to speak. I think Adventure Van Man, Brian was the first one I came across. Shout out to Brian, Adventure Van Man. And his story was a lot like mine at that point, where he had been a landscaper. I had owned a pool service company. You just kind of out in isolation, and you cannot not do the job. Because if you're not there every single week, you get dropped. You don't make money. It's literally a prison. And most businesses that you own can be that way. I didn't achieve full success like I'm a millionaire or any of that kind of nonsense, but I had a little bit of success, and it just isn't what I thought it was gonna be. When I owned the business, no one cared. No one cared at all. I would try to tell the person behind the counter at the gas station to see if they cared, and they didn't care. So really, no one cared that I owned a business. No one. And I thought one day I'd be a business owner, and I could just write my ticket. And it turns out no one cares. So I'm tethered to a business. I can't escape it. I'm not happy. I have the big house and all the bills, so I have to work nonstop around the clock if I want to make these bills. And I broke. I just decided that that's not life and that's not living. So I've been on this quest. I've gotten this spiritual side going, and I meditate and I do stuff like that, and I'm just trying to figure out what freedom and happiness means to me. So I built the first van, and I did it during COVID, and I loved it. Wherever I went, just had my house there, so I could just park anywhere, and I was home, and I was like, what is this? And I had no payment on it. It was paid for. Incredible. What a feeling. So when I was in that thing and I drove around, I felt absolutely free. Because I could just stop anywhere and I'm in my house. So that evolved to the next van, which I built out a little bit better quality van, but I couldn't stand up in it. I don't like that. I don't like being on my knees all the time in the van. So my third rendition is this box truck I'm in. So I'm building out a 14-foot 2006 NPR with 150,000 miles on the diesel motor, and it burns no oil, so it's just got tons of life left in it if it's taken care of. I am at a point where I'm still in a house, and I am finishing up because I have my kids full time. I have a kid that's in high school and he's finishing up his senior year, and I'm down to where I think I have 3.5 to 4 months left until I call it season 2 of my life is over. Season 1, you grow up, you're free, you're a kid, you start working in your early 20s, you just have no care in the world. Season 1. Season 2, maybe you get married and have kids, dive full ears into a career, whatever your season 2 is. And in season 3, like season 1, I like 1 to 25. Season 2, 25 to 50. I'm getting closer to that. And in season 3 would be 50 to 75. And that's just kind of how I see it. So I'm coming up on season 3. I don't want to just be a slave to rent, and rent is so expensive now. Holy smokes! I think 6 years ago I was paying $950 a month, and now I pay $3,800 a month. So can we slow down the inflation a little bit, please? But even still, I don't want to do any of that anymore. You're tethered to a rent. At one point I was tethered to a mortgage, and I can't escape it. So I am setting up for season 3. I'm gonna take off in a box truck because I think my son's going off to do fire. I think he's gonna be a firefighter. He's going to fire school. My daughter's out. So season 3, I'm gonna take off in this box truck, and I'm going to experience life the way I see life should be experienced for me, and that's gonna be driving around this beautiful country and continent, because of Canada and Mexico, hiking, adventuring, just really working odd jobs whatever comes up. Like the freedom of not having a mortgage and property taxes, it just sounds like you can do anything, when you have to make $3,000 a month just to keep the roof over your head. Wow, how is that not prison? So, full disclosure, I spent a month in this and figured out what I wanted. I'm back at my house now building it out. And the next step for me is I have to get rid of all my stuff, because I have a house, I've had one, and I'm really reading a lot of the minimalist kind of books, and I just get it. Like, I'm even to the point where I've stopped watching TV. I just want to be here, right here in this moment. I want to be right here in this box truck. Yeah, right there. Right here. Or right there on the trail. Or if I'm out with people, right there in the conversation, and not worried about how early I have to get up to get the paycheck, to pay the rent. When you eliminate tons of bills and all you have to worry about is your travel money, that's a lot less of a purse nagging at you, And that's what I'm up to. So for this I'm taking you guys on the journey with me, okay? This is a journey of change, right? Yes, van life is absolutely what it's about, because I feel like that's my ticket to freedom, but this is a journey of change. I'm going from being your standard American dad, coaches little league, has the career with the executive titles, has the BMW, even though none of it's fucking paid for. It's all just debt. I'm going from that to being whatever I feel like being, a nomad, whatever. Once you realize that nobody cares truly about what you're doing and nobody thinks about you, there's so much power in that moment, and I'm in that moment. I love my kids. I'm helping them launch, and I had the poorest upbringing, no money, all that. I was so poor coming up, had nothing. So I made sure, and I gave my kids everything that they needed for their coming up, so that they wouldn't have to, like I did, crave money and stuff because you didn't have it, to the point of where you finally get it and you realize it's not what you thought it was. I wanted them to have comfort and stuff as needed, so that wasn't something that they needed to chase. I wanted to make sure that they could chase whatever it is that makes them feel great about life, and that's what I'm doing now. Now I'm just chasing the moment. What feels good in this moment is what I'm doing. So just want to give a little bit of backstory on me, what I'm doing. So right now, the next cycle is I gotta get rid of all my stuff. The build is about done. I'm almost ready to do a van tour video. It's coming up pretty quick. And I have to fit all of my life into this little box. And I couldn't be more excited about it. So thank you for joining me on this journey of change. Thank you for listening to me. And if you enjoy this content, watching your standard American guy change his whole life to chase the dream of freedom, then subscribe, like. Just be here with me. I'm a movie buff and I just enjoy movies, so I'm trying to get better at making movies or films because I just enjoy cinema, So I'm glad you're here. So I want to thank you if you stayed to the end. I appreciate you. Much love. Don't forget to enjoy the beauty that surrounds us every day.